switching gears from one legacy team to another, from the Cowboys to the Steelers. So your note here talks about an important offseason for Tomlin's career, and I agree with that. And when I first read it, I didn't disagree with it, but it got me thinking. Mike Tomlin never really had another quarterback except for Ben Roethlisberger. And so the question becomes, did Roethlisberger make Tomlin great? Did Tomlin make Roethlisberger had already won a Super Bowl by the time Tomlin got there? But does Tomlin owe his record and his legacy because he's never had a losing record? Does he owe that to Roethlisberger? Did Tomlin make Roethlisberger better? Did they work together? I don't know what the answer is, but I think we're getting ready to find out. Things happen, things unravel. Roethlisberger left. There's a lot of changes. You gotta retool. Sometimes it takes you some time to put that together. But I think your point is that this is the off season. This is kind of shit or get off the pot moment here that we're going to see the answer to that question this year. And they may come out and they may only win 10 games, but the question is, can they get better this year?
And that's really all you're looking at with the Steelers and what they have in place for their future. Now, obviously, it's vitally important to draft a quarterback. They go out, get Kenny Pickett, and toward the end of the year, he looked really good. The Steelers were going on a little bit of a run at the end of the year, and if the right pieces fell in line, they could have gotten in. And so they have a lot to build on. And I think, when it comes to Ben Roethlisberger and Mike Tomlin and that pairing, like you've heard me say many times, sometimes it's just a combination. You get the right combination, you can make magic happen, and you can win a lot of games. And obviously, they didn't win a bunch of Super Bowls, but Ben Roethlisberger was playing when Tom Brady and Peyton Manning were in the league, so it makes it a little difficult. But Mike Tomlin, what he did at the end of Ben Roethlisberger's career with the roster that was around and with the way Ben Roethlisberger was playing in his last couple of years and what he's done with Roethlisberger out and the new quarterback in, like, it's crazy he hasn't had a losing season yet. And we thought last year was going to be it. I thought for sure last year was going to be it. And then, again, they go on the run and end up with – I can't remember, was it 8-1 or 9-8? I think they ended up 9-8 this season. Like, incredible for a coaching job by Mike Tomlin. He is – if we're not talking about Bill Belichick – as the best coach in the league, and we talk about Andy Reid in that conversation, Mike Tomlin, in my opinion, is up in that upper echelon with me, in my opinion. But what's going to be important this season is how do they develop the quarterback, right? Kenny Pickett, again, looked good at the end of last year, but you have to develop him. You have to develop all these young guys, the receivers, the running back, the offensive line. You have to get figured out, and you have to be able to draft guys or bring guys in free agency to protect your quarterback and to make your running back better and to help your young receivers be great. At the end of the day, Steelers are always, I feel like, going to do what the Steelers do and have great defense. They have a lot of guys on that defense. They don't have a whole lot of guys that are going to be retiring from that defense or leaving in free agency from that defense. So I think the Steelers, what it all comes down to is what Mike Tomlin and his coaching staff can do with the young nucleus of the offense, because they're keeping Matt Canada, a guy that everybody thought was going to be fired. That's the OC. If anybody listening to this, if you don't know who Matt Canada is, that's the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. Very lackluster offense over the last couple of years, but they're deciding to keep him. They think that Matt Canada and Kenny Pickett were growing in the offense together toward the end of the season, so they're going to see what that looks like in 2023. In the NFL, nowadays, you have to have an explosive offense to hope to win a Super Bowl. So that's why this is important for both Matt Canada and Mike Tomlin, because at this point, Mike Tomlin is saddling himself in with this offensive coordinator. And so we'll see what happens. I don't think if they do bad, the Steelers have a bad 2023 season, I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to get fired. But I think we might start to look at things differently because of the Ben Roethlisberger conversation. Maybe Roethlisberger was the reason he was great all those years. I think this is a really important year for Mike Tomlin. But again, not a year where I think, whatever happens if they suck, he's going to get fired.